Now the term power cruiser can mean a lot of things apparently. It could mean a Bajaj Dominar 400 or it could mean the OG Ducati Diavel. However, now it also means this, the Benelli 502C. This is the latest Benelli motorcycle that has been launched in India, costing 5 lakh rupees ex-showroom. What do you get for it? Well, take a look. Now I know what is the first thing that you want to know about the Benelli 502C, and that is the sound. So let's start off this review with the sound that the motorcycle makes. There you have it. Moving on, let's talk about the design, and well, there is no other way to put it other than to say that it is heavily inspired from the Ducati Diavel. So much so that both the motorcycles have exactly the same wheelbase. And while yes, design is a subjective matter, but for me, the Benelli just doesn't have the same amount of mass and engine size and the big panels, etc. to fit into this massive wheelbase. It also, for obvious reasons, does not have a humongous rear tire like the Diavel, so to me at least, it just feels too stretched out and as if the Diavel has missed a lot of leg days at the gym. Yes, I know comparing it to the Ducati is not completely fair, but that is clearly what Benelli is going for. The inspiration is visible with the shape of the seats, the shape of the belly cowl design, the exposed trellis frame, the rear light design, and the stance. And as a result, the comparison just ends up being made. But what I do like is the fact that it comes with a 21-liter fuel tank, which is something that riders who plan to go long distance touring will like. In terms of ergonomics, well, of course, it's a comfortable motorcycle. For reference, I'm 5'10", and you can see I can firmly plant both of my feet onto the ground. It's not an issue. So even shorter riders will not have an issue with this motorcycle. But in terms of pure riding comfort, well, you can see the foot pegs are far forward and it's a relaxed riding position. You have to slightly reach out for the handlebar, but it's not something that will tire you out. And the scooped seat, that gives you great support even when you're accelerating hard. But talking of accelerating, we have to talk about the engine. Now, this engine has been seen on the likes of the Benelli Leoncino and the Benelli TRK 502 in India, and to be honest, it doesn't really stand out in any department. It just does everything good enough, except that it is a very tractable motor, so riding in city feels comfortable. And yes, it does have a loud intake sound if you are into that sort of a thing. It is refined and will carry 3-digit speeds with ease. But then again, it will do all of it decent at best. Talking of ride quality, the 502C is nimble thanks to its uncommon riding position, and it has good brakes on it too. But the suspension setup has been set on the stiffer side, so you do end up feeling the road undulations quite a lot. On the upside, the motorcycle will hold its line if you show it a set of fast corners. But it is here that I want to mention the fact that the 502C comes with Pirelli Angel GT tires, which play a massive role in giving it the confident feeling on fast corners, and it's a good touch from Benelli that they are giving it as standard. Where it could have been better is with the quality of the switches that the 502C has, as it simply does not feel like it belongs to a motorcycle with such a price tag. There are some redeeming features on the bike though, which include the likes of LED headlamps, fully digital instrument cluster, and span adjustable brake and clutch levers. So overall, while the 502C looks different from the other motorcycles, except for the Diavel of course, and is quite loud too, the overall experience with the motorcycle is, well, a mixed bag of likes and dislikes. So to sum it all up, now it's time to talk about the kind of value that the Benelli 502C brings to the table, and in order to understand that better,
we have to talk about some of the factors affecting its value. Now, I started the video by talking about the likes of the Bajaj Dominar 400, which is also a take on the power cruiser of format originally created by the Ducati X-Diavel. So where does the Benelli 502c stand? Well, of course, it doesn't beat the X-Diavel in this format, but it does a way better job than the Bajaj Dominar 400 at being an actual performance-oriented cruiser motorcycle. Now, having said that, we have to talk about the pricing. At 5 lakh rupees, it does come as an enticing option, but you have to keep in mind, if you're looking for a big engine with 2 cylinders, well, you have the Royal Enfield Trails in the form of the Interceptor 650 and the Continental GT 650. And if you talk about cruising, well, those motorcycles are proven cruiser motorcycles and they cost significantly less for this motorcycle. So who do I see buying this bike? Well, of course, if somebody wants to have this design, then of course it makes sense. And in other ways, well, I really don't think of a situation where I can recommend the 502c.